One of the most argued issues today is global warming. But what is global warming really? Is it a human-caused disaster that is ripping apart our Earth, or is it just a myth that has been altered and thrown around by scientists and politicians? Most can't deny that the Earth is warming, but the issue is whether or not the Earth is naturally warming, or whether it is because of humans' relentless bombardment of CO2 on the atmosphere. Global warming is caused by gases, mainly CO2, becoming trapped in the Earth's atmosphere. When the sun's rays shine through the atmosphere, they can't escape because of the gases. This effect causes a steady rise in the temperature of the Earth. The CO2 gases that create this warming come from many things. The most common of these are fossil fuels, things like coal and oil. When these products are burned for electricity and other things, the fuels put off numerous amount of CO2 and pollution. As more of these fuels are burned, more gases reside in the atmosphere, and when more gases are in the atmosphere, more heat is contained, causing the Earth to heat up.
According to Guardian.co, in 2009, the world produced about 30,398,420,000 tons of CO2, and about 20% of that number came from the U.S., according to nationalgeographic.org. Since 1880, the average temperature of the Earth has risen 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Most of this temperature rise has been in the last couple decades. These 1.4 degrees may not seem like a lot, but right now the average temperature of the Earth is warm as it has been for several millennia. One might ask, why is global warming even a problem? There are multiple reasons to why global warming is a problem, but the main problem is that the temperature increase will melt polar ice caps and glaciers around the world. This melting of the ice caps and glaciers will cause many problems. The main problem is that when all the ice melts, the water level will rise all over the world. This rise of water level will eventually flood coastal states like Florida and California, leaving the states underwater. Another problem that comes with the melting of glaciers is that a lot of people that reside in mountain areas use that water for drinking.
Another problem global warming presents are the animals that rely on a cooler climate, such as polar bears, ice foxes, and penguins. The changing climate is ruining their homes, and they are being displaced into new habitats. In these new habitats, the animals cannot survive and are becoming prey for larger animals.
One of the main solutions to the problem is to figure out a new eco-friendly fuel/energy source. Some energy-efficient sources are solar power, wind power, biomass, geothermal, hydropower, and nuclear power. Another solution to the problem is to decrease the rate of deforestation. Trees are a big part of keeping CO2 out of the atmosphere because they breathe it in to live. So if we cut down fewer trees, more carbon dioxide can be sucked out of the atmosphere. Another solution is that the whole world could also sign a treaty to reduce the use of fossil fuels by a certain amount. But the whole world would need to sign it for it to work, and that is really difficult considering the huge amount of chaos in the Middle East that has no leaders to control their country. This solution has been tried before in the form of the Kyoto Protocol. Many countries agreed to this, but the U.S. did not, and the protocol was never enforced.
The world does go through climate change. Climate is not static. Now, in a normal year, how much of the winter ice disappears, ice coverage, in summer? 70%.
Okay.
So you have about 30% left.
Right.
Actually, no. That's probably not the biggest impact. Something called the Labrador Straits. And what happens is, as the summer progresses, the ice, of course, because of the seasonal warming, that's the biggest change. It isn't so much a change of a degree, but the fact that it changes from being way below zero to being almost simple, temperatures not so different from Arvada in the summer. And so the ice does, a lot of it melts, it gets weaker. And as it gets weaker, the winds can break it up. And they can sweep it out the Labrador Sea.
Though we believe humans cause global warming, some people believe it's just another one of the natural cycles Earth goes through. One thing that can disprove this is that even though the temperature of Earth rises and falls, the temperature has risen faster and more now than in any other year. This started around when cars were being mass-produced, and as the human race started using a lot more fossil fuel. Even when we all see the effects of global warming, some people just believe it is part of natural warming, and that it's starting to cool down already. Wealthy people are using more fuel every moment, and poor population is growing rapidly, according to PlanetSave.com. We believe that there's enough evidence that support human beings as a cause. The environment may be to blame for climate change, but isn't the only thing. Volcanoes spew out carbon dioxide, so do our cars. Some things are similar to nature, like cars and volcanoes, but we pollute more with cars than natural volcano emissions do. The Al Gore's graph showing temperature and carbon dioxide shows that, even when skeptics merge them together, carbon dioxide lags behind temperature, but temperature is still rising faster and extremely higher now, and carbon dioxide is also rising, sciencebits.com. This shows that carbon dioxide, the human portion, is a big factor out of many factors that cause global warming.
Alright, Chuck, do your warm up, and then we can start.
You're recording. It has a recording. We can't make